No, there's no way.
Careful, careful. Well done
Well
again.
done, Cobby.
Cobby playing the full 90 as well.
Yeah, it'll be good for him.
Yeah.
Oi, Lee's on the right. Nah.
Honestly, and there are so many people you could give man of the match to today.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, let us know in the
Blow
chat
the
who
whistle
would you give your man of the match to? I mean, there are so many.
It's 96 minutes.
Bruno, Dorgu, LICHA,
Double.
Casemiro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done.
Michael Carrick, you have just absolutely battered Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. 2-0 does barely even scratch the surface. Best performance by Manchester United out since the last time we beat City in the FA Cup. In that FA Cup final, that's the last time for 90-plus minutes, I have seen Manchester United just dominate, deserve it all, and 2-0 doesn't even do us justice. Michael Carrick, yeah, you have done an absolute wonder. I mean, you've got your Carrick tactics spot on. You got your substitution spot on. You got your motivation spot on. You've got Bruno Fernandes back in the 10, pulling strings. You've got Brian Mbeumo running in behind, finishing chances. You've got Patrick Dorgu turning into, I don't even know how to describe Patrick Dorgu. He was sensational in that game. You got Casemiro rolling back the years. LICHA, Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes. Yep. You want to talk about apologies or whatever. That has silenced you because once again, not for the first time, by the way, LICHA Martinez has pocketed Erling Haaland. So much so he got hooked and taken off. Yeah, hooked, stinker and hooked. He was absolutely brilliant. And Michael Carrick.
What a game.
I don't know. Look, there's a long way to go for Michael Carrick and Man United, yeah, but probably just with this game alone, he's probably secured himself a Prem job next season. Because a club in the Prem would look at him and go, I'll take that.
Yeah, of course.
Unbelievable. Absolutely brilliant. Here's just hoping it can be the beginning of building something towards the end of the season, getting that Champions League football. Because if you play like that, not even every week, most weeks, you can get into that Champions League position. Oh my God, DJ. I can barely talk. Breathe.
The Dallo one wasn't a red. It wasn't a red. It was a yellow because he got the ball a little bit.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Does that kind of look like? I don't know. It looks like he's going.
Honestly, look, there's Cobby Bailey. Yeah, look. There's been a lot.
A manager that believes in him.
There's been a lot of negative shit, over the, like I said, the last 18 months, 2 years, and whether you were big on Amorim or you weren't big on Amorim or whatever, what I think we can say is enjoy today. Enjoy today because they've been it's been so few and far between. And all the criticism that comes of Man United and the squad and the team and the club, 99% of it is pretty justified. But all we've wanted from these players, all we've wanted from this club is just to, even if it's not even necessarily win, just go out there and just fucking give it your all. And that's what they did today. From minute 0 to 90, whatever it ended up at, 96, they ran, they pressed, they put tackles in. Look at Omar Barada even giving a little bit of that as well. Good, actually something to celebrate. But now's the important thing as well. Build on this. Build on this. This has to be the benchmark, yeah? I know you can't maybe be this intense every single week, but build on this. Look at that crowd. You got, like, they're desperate. Crazy. We're desperate for anything to believe in. Give us something to believe in, and that's what they've done today. Michael Carrick, well done. Well done. Unbelievable. Well done, oh, my God.
Tactically, and look, and do you know what? That performance wasn't really about vibes. It wasn't. It was tactically.
Discipline.
He tactically disciplined, right? Clean fucking sheet. Now, who would have thought us going into against City, the derby, clean fucking sheet? And to think we outplayed them from minute one. A complete performance, Owen. It wasn't, we've been riding our luck. That we had the majority of the chances. We looked the most dangerous team. We defended well. We was the most intense. We put the tackles in. Oh, my days. I can't remember the last good performance like this. I can't. I just can't.
I think it has to be. I think it has to be the FA Cup final, which we beat City, where over 90 you go, right, deserved it. Since then, it's always been 25 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, or something like that. And look at that. Look at the giving it the crowd because we want something to believe in. Something different, something to believe in, something to buy into. And every single person today, even the substitution second half, Mateus Cunha, last few weeks, he's been getting a lot of shit. You're selfish. You're not looking for your teammates. He gets 1 assist for Dorgu. He could have got a second for Mason Mount. He was brilliant when he came on. Kobbie Mainoo, first Premier League start of the season, plays the full 90, does well. Absolutely spectacular. And they're doing the interview with Brian Mbeumo and LICHA Martinez. And once again, LICHA Martinez, think of this. This is a guy, he's been out for like 9 months, ACL injury. It's not the first major injury he's had at Manchester United as well. And still getting shit from ex-pros, ex-players. And Mark's Erling Haaland out the game, not for the first time. He did it in that FA Cup final. He's done it a bunch of
before,
times.
Exactly.
And he did it again today, so much so that Erling Haaland, he got taken off by Pep. You know what that is? Take your best goal scorer off because he's not getting a touch. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
My thought process goes to Jason Wilcox and Ineos in the stands watching this. My message to you as DJ and Man United fan is fucking get your act together, because there is, for as shit as we've been, there's a little something there. And this team needs heavy investment to be able to challenge full-time, a full season. This team does need the right players and heavy investment. Go and fucking make the right decisions. Go and get the right manager. Carrick's, what Carrick's going to do is set kind of what Ranieri did. Do you remember Claudio Ranieri when he was at Chelsea? He laid the blueprint for what was needed, and then managers subsequently after that came on and bettered it and won things with. Carrick could potentially do that. I know it's one game, so we got a very tough game next week, but it's one game. But if he has a really great season and we're able to get into the Champions League spots, we have to pull the trigger and go and build on it. Because we far too long, Owen, we haven't built on it. We've been, that was good enough. Same again next season. No, we've got to get better every season. So 100%. What a performance. What a performance.
100%. We've nearly got 3. Oh, my God. If you haven't already, by the way, click the like button. We nearly got 3K watching. Let's see if we can get to 2K likes here for the match, with the aftermath portion of it. And you're right. I mean, also let us know in the chat who your man of the match is, because there are so many different people it could potentially be. Let me get the super chats out, and we'll go back to Patrick Dorgu, because I want to give him his flowers as well. Red Baron says, Haaland hooked. Can we get an apology from Scholes? Matt says, Donnarumma must be pissed with his teammates. Look, Donnarumma was brilliant today. He's top goalkeeper. Amador says, Owen, we have been duped by Amorim. What a victory. Gavin's been a member for 10 months. Says, proud of how we're playing today. Scholes and Butt can eat a bag of them. Nessie says, Carricky in. Glory, glory, Man United. Red Baron says, give Martinez man of the match for those comments. L says, Scholes and Butts suck on that. Hey, I hope the apology is as loud as the disrespect on that one, 100%. Because it's not even like, but it just happened today. It's a one-off. He's done it before. He's done it multiple times before, and he did it again. Leach is a smart defender. Is he a perfect centre back? No, but he's smart. But he knows how to play against Erling Haaland. Danny DeFeo says, I prayed for Mojo and I got Mojo. Super Arch says, I was very skeptical at the lineup, but these boys played one hell of a game. Dorgu was a game changer today. Build on this, yes. Austin Baker said, but I was told he would be thrown in the net. Yeah, exactly. No, turns out that's not what happened. Lucas says, never thought I would see Man United batter City in our current state. What a great feeling. This was a great performance. I'm starting to believe. We got one game, but enjoy it. Laza says, every player was man of the match. We scored from counters, but our attack and defense was power. Subs were brilliant. Carrot cooks. Noam Daguerre says, man of the match is hard. The most amazing thing for me was when defending, there was always 2 and 3 of our guys coming in sharp and winning the ball back. Amazing. Dwayne says, a clean sheet and a manager that doesn't run away after the game and wears a suit at a big club. Ben says, finally top 4. Yep. How long that lasts for, we will have to wait and see. But this is what we were saying about, we're not taking advantage of other people slipping up. Logic would say probably someone will slip up this weekend. And we've already done our work. We can enjoy the rest of our weekend, folks. Exactly. So we know we did what we needed to do, which is rare for us. Shaw says, a low-key caretaker manager with a weak team went up against world's best manager with money bag signings. Shows what a competent manager can do for once. And Starlord says, let's go and smash the like button. Dorgu man of the match, the United way. Boom, boom. Yes, if you haven't already clicked that like button, we're over 3K. Let's get to 2K likes. You wanted to talk about Patrick Dorgu, DJ. We've been talking about him a lot on the match views this season, haven't we? Saying, look, he's raw, he's young. Like, don't write him off yet because he's like 20, 21. Technically, not all there. Hopefully that will come. But physically, he's his engine's unbelievable. He'll put himself in there in terms of tackles. And today, he was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Superb. I mean, by far best performance in the United shirt. But again, we're having this conversation about Dorgu playing further forward like we did against Newcastle. Because then when Amram changed it right after Newcastle, we went, why did you change it? Dorgu's playing so well. Carrick's put him back in an advanced role, and he's done brilliant. How good was he today?
Oh man, absolutely amazing, man. Like, you know, at halftime I spoke about sort of like, you know, the Ji-Sung Park comparison, and the only reason I do that is because Park, like him, used to get about the pitch. Doesn't matter if Park was having to defend or attack, he could turn defense into attack. And he linked up really well. And for me, Dorgu, he linked up well with all the players. Defensively, he was also sound. Like, he was helping out. As I think Flex was talking about, you know, he was actually tucking in, making sure that Bernardo Silva didn't have that, get the ball on the half turn and creating those spaces. He also did it again when Cherky came on. And then to be going up the other end, complete other end to the byline, by the way, and create and score goals. You have to give him his flowers today. Patrick Dorgu by no means is world class, but in his young football education, he's doing all the right things. And I think, you know what, it's fine for him to get a little, you know, raise his level a few more levels. He doesn't have to be the world class player. He actually doesn't. But in terms of his attributes and his X factor, he has bags of that. And I think, again, you want a player like that in your squad. You want that. And no disrespect to him, even I'm praising him, you want Patrick Dorgu to be sort of like the very bottom of your team. You want to build on that. So having Dorgu come on the pitch, you're like, oh yeah, great. The level's not going to drop too much. So big up to Patrick Dorgu, all the XG merchants. We mauled them. We absolutely mauled them. We didn't let them off the hook. We didn't let them breathe, Owen.
I'm just looking now, like XG for the whole game. XG was 2.03. Their XG 0.45. I'll get some of the stats up on the screen actually, and I'll do it now by the magic of technology. We'll get the stats up on the screen just so we can see how much we battered them, absolutely dominated them.
Beat them.
Back to here, wherever I'm going to. There you go, and then I'll move it to the post page, just like this, like magic. And let me make this so it's a good size for everyone to see, just so you can see how much indeed Manchester United absolutely battered. Yes, battered Manchester City today. You can see right there some of the statistics. Not a lot of possession, 31.9% of possession. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Don't need it. Don't need it. It's all about, you know, your attack, and that's the most important stuff right there. 2 goals, more shots on target. They only had 1 shot on target the whole game.
Crazy,
right?
Imagine that.
We didn't even block a shot. They blocked 3 of our shots. You know, their shots that they did have were just limited to outside the box, which actually says to me, obviously, we are going to talk about, you know, a lot of the praise will go to the players that scored the goals and were in those big moments. But what actually that does say to me, DJ, is from a shape point of view and like a defensive point of view, Michael Carrick, again, he's pulled a blinder. That's only our 3rd clean sheet of the season. You know what I mean?
Against these lot. Against we at the start of the show, well, when I came into the show, I looked at their 11 and I said, I gave you that look. Rodri, Foden, Dorgu, Semenyo, Bernardo Silva, Haaland. That's a dream. That's a dream attack. And for them to not even really get a sniff on goal today, it is down to the coaching staff. Carrick set it out brilliantly. The game plan was executed brilliantly. The players knew exactly what they needed to do. I didn't see any of the players like confused or whatnot. The game plan was seamless. It was tactics. He did what he needed to do today. City were thoroughly beaten today. They can't make an excuse. They'll talk about, and look, the haters will talk about it's one game. The haters will talk about, oh, but City's defense. I don't want to hear any of that shit because no one made any excuses for us when we was getting pumped every week. They didn't care about that. So what I'm just trying to say now is for all of those flipping Paul Scholes, Nicky Butt, your legends of the club, but you need to come outside. You need to come outside for the disgusting comments you made against Licha Martinez there. He has pocketed Haaland today where Haaland was he was taken off, 60th minute, 70th minute? Can't remember. He was taken off. But you ain't going to talk about it, are you? Why? Because it doesn't fit your narrative. And we're on this channel, we're fair. We're going to talk about Licha Martinez once we talk about the XG.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and look at I went to this one. This was quite interesting. Look at us beating them on tackles today, and that kind of sums us up, isn't it? Throwing in tackles, interceptions, more recoveries of the ball as well, more clearances, and these are the kind of statistics that I like to see because there's so much chatter this season, hasn't it? Been about the offensive statistics for us. You know, the XG or the chances created, the shots on target, whatever. But it's these stats that we haven't been as good at, you know, because these are like the bread and butter. How many tackles you're putting in? Are you making clearances? You're making interceptions? You're getting in front of the ball? Are you winning the ball back in good areas? And that's just determination, I feel like today. That's just determination. What I will say, I know that Diogo Dalot at points in that game was, you know, hairy to say the very least.
He was,
I can't believe but he actually did manage to not get sent off. I'll give him credit for that, you know. Luke Shaw, he continues to put in decent performances, doesn't he? Continues to show remontada and all this kind of bullshit. But defensively, and this is something we've not been able to say at all this season at many different points, is defensively, we were really good today. City
really good today, solid.
When was there a chance in that game where you go, that's City have missed an absolute massive chance there? Maybe early on from that corner. That's about it. You know,
that was it. That's all I can remember.
We properly limited them to not really creating many chances at all. And from an attacking point of view, we could have had, it was 2-0, could have been 3, 4, 5, 6,
hit the post.
7,
hit the post. How many times we hit
post
hit
twice?
The bar?
Yeah, Maguire and Ahmad hit the woodwork.
Ahmad,
2 offside goals.
2 offside goals.
Yeah, like, you know, it's like you said, it'd be one thing if it was you'd praise Carrick and go, look, City dominated today, but smash and grab will take that. No, this was like there was nothing smash and grab about it. It was just we just smashed.
Should have been 6-0. It should have been 6-0. It should literally have been 6-0, and that's not me over-egging it. Counting the chances that you just spoke about, it should have been 6-0. And someone just said it. Someone said in the chat about me saying it's just one game. That's what the haters will say, and it's facts. And yeah, you know what? But both things can be true because at the end of the day, we're talking about them making a comment about Licha Martinez in this game, compare him and Haaland, and look what's happened in the game. We've absolutely
3 offside goals. 3, excuse me. 3.
Yeah.
3 offside goals.
Oh shit.
Yeah, 3 offside goals.
Could have been 7. Could have been 7.
Literally.
Could have been 7-0.
Look at those positive statistics on the screen there. Like, more shots, 7 shots on target. You know, just brilliant. Brilliant. And also as well, it's not like these are pot shots as well. We're not taking shots outside the box. We're having shots inside the box. This isn't like, you know, sometimes, again, with statistics, they can be deceiving because, we had loads of shots. Yeah, but they're all 25 yards or they're all 30 yards. These were like clinical chances we were having as well.
Carrick
absolutely pulled a blinder. Where did I get to? Super chats. I think I got to here. Loki caretaker manager with a weak team went up against Wolves. Read that one. Read that one. Mikhail says, this is for you Amarim inners, you pricks. Well, again, we won't do the point scoring thing. You know what I mean?
Let's do unity, man. Let's unify. Let's try unify, guys.
It's over. The Creflon Don says, Barada needs to be flogged for hiring Amarim. Enough with people who don't know what the club is about. 3-4-3, never again at Old Trafford. On to the next one. Red Baron says, feck off with this factional shit with managers. We are all United fans. Stop trying to score points on both sides. It's childish. It will not stop, Red Baron. It will not stop. It just is what it is. What we tend to find, though, is when Man United win, it's still vocal and still point scoring happens, but significantly less. You know what I mean? It's much less toxic. Yeah. Jason says, Scholes and Butt can hold that. Haaland in Martinez pocket once again. Item Panda says, Bruno is the most EAFC player ever. He was brilliant today. Absolutely. Bruno.
He was.
Super Arch says, that closed in midfield presence made a difference. Lazar says this is why domination isn't possession. We were more of a threat when we had the ball. They weren't a threat. Exactly. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of tiki-taka football or whatever. That genuinely, and not just because Man United won, we said it at 0-0. That is the most I've enjoyed watching Manchester United play for probably 2 years. Genuinely. I enjoyed watching that game. That football got me off my feet and excited me. And the fact that it's in a derby and, you know, in Carrick's first game is a bonus. That's the kind of that. So much talk has been made of United DNA and what even is United DNA anymore. But that's what it is, really. You know, that is what Man United football should be, which is exciting, gets you off your feet, crowd was bouncing today, absolutely bouncing. And they've got the right to be because they're seeing great football. Don F says, now that's a real Manchester United manager. Thank you, Michael Carrick. Well, he has done himself absolute wonders, hasn't he? Absolute wonders with that result, that performance. The critical thing is to build on it, though, DJ. You know, we've still got, I mean, Arsenal next weekend. It does not get much easier, but there'll be some confidence going into that now. Going, look, I know we're still massive underdogs and it's a big step for us, but we can play on the counter attack again. We've just done it in this game. You know, we've just done it in this game, and why not? Why not? Why not? Why not believe
rinse
DJ?
and repeat? Yeah, man, I'd say rinse and repeat. And I'm someone that's I have to look at the numbers because numbers don't lie. And you know, if you was to ask me kind of how I felt before going into this game, I wasn't sure because we always concede. We've conceded to lesser teams. We've conceded to lesser teams, shitter teams than City. And I just thought walking into this, it's going to be what, maybe 3-2 United. I kind of said that. But if I would have ever imagined us keeping a clean sheet and City only really having one shot on target, I would have never imagined that. So again, call me flip-flop. I'm an emotional wreck. I am a fan of Manchester United. I have to go by what I see on the pitch. Bring on the Arsenal, rinse and repeat. Same team, unless there's any injuries or whatnot. The exact same team. Yeah, don't change it. Just it has. Look what he's doing. It's going to give the boys a lot of confidence, and we go into the Arsenal game with a lot of confidence. Momentum is everything.
And also what you would say as well, not just obviously the praise for Michael Carrick, but also the praise for his coaching staff, because obviously a lot's been made of the coaches that he's brought in. Obviously, Jonathan Woodgate from his time at Middlesbrough. Johnny Evans, was getting, like I said, they was getting shots from Roy Keane before the game. Steve Holland, I will say I didn't really understand the criticism of that one. I know that there's a lot of sort of the stuff with Southgate in England because he was there for a long time, but that actually does a disservice to his club football career, because his club football career, he was at Chelsea for a long time with a lot of coaches and succecessal coaches. Jose, Antonio Conte, like he was there for all of it, and he was a big part of all of it. You ask those that won the title with him and Conte in 2016, he was a big part of that. So
it's just because it's not the sexy name, innit? That's why. It's just not the big sexy names that they're looking at. Yeah.
He's been there, seen there, and done it. So huge credit to the coaching staff today, because what they did is maybe, and I don't really blame Ruben Amorim too much for this, because I think Amorim was trying to build something for the long term, whereas this coaching staff is all about the immediate future. But they did what any good coach does, in my opinion, which is, right, these are the players I've got. How do I get the best out of them? What are they most comfortable with? How do I extenuate their positives? How do I hide their negatives? Right, the positives are it's 4-2-3-1 on the counter-attack. Now, have we been doing that for a long time? And did we decide a couple of years ago we maybe needed to make the next step up further than that? Yes. But we ain't there at the moment. You know what I mean? We're not. We're not there at the moment. And you get the best out of what you got. I think Ruben Amorim should have done that a long time ago, but he stuck to his beliefs. He's not here anymore. So that kind of shows you what it will get you. But huge credit. And also this was the thing with the Amorim stuff as well, is that you need to have a base of results to build off. You can't build off losses. You can't build off losing every single week. Even if you are playing well, you've got to have something to hold on to and build off. Today, you got the best of both worlds. Hannah Montana settings, right? Best of both worlds. That not only did you get the result, but you got a performance to go with it. You can build off today. There's something to hold on to and believe.
It's tangible.
Even if we don't beat Arsenal right next week and we lose at the Emirates, you can still go back to it. But tell you what, that first game at home, you can build off that. So that's exciting. I'm actually quite interested to see what Carrick does now against maybe teams that aren't City, teams a bit lower down the table. What have you got for those? Because those are different questions, but
different type of questions.
Absolutely brilliant.
Phenomenal performance by the full 11. Every player pulled their weight today. Thought Maguire was really excellent. I thought even the midfield, I was saying, I was kind of worried about it. So I was thinking, last couple of games,
agility, pace, they're going to be able to have the legs.
But what they did to negate that was good timing on everything that they did, positionally aware, and they didn't hold onto the ball. And I loved it. It was clear game plan. Get it into Casemiro. He's trying to find either the wings or the 10. That's it. That was it. He's not going to take 3, 4, 5 touches. He rarely did. 1, 2 touches out of his feet. And it didn't give City a time to press him in the midfield, especially with their, more agile type of players. But, oh, man, It's a match of the day tonight. It has to be.
Yes, it is. It's a match of the day,
It's a
and
match
enjoy
of
the
day
rest.
tonight. Yeah.
And enjoy the rest of the weekend. Well, big up DJ. I'm going to take some calls from some members of the EV community. DJ will be back next weekend
for the next game.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
Of course.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm here.
It's, with this kind of momentum as well, you know what I mean? We're actually winning games now. It's not bad, is it? It's not bad. Exactly. The dynamic duo is back. We're back. Big up DJ.